I just put on this men's oversized linen shirt, size 4 extra large. And honestly, it feels more like a curtain than a shirt. It's huge. But I have a crazy idea. Can I turn this giant shirt into something I'd actually want to wear? Let's find out. Okay, first things first, time to take it apart. And I have to say, this shirt has a lot of pieces to take apart. The more I undo, the more it feels like I'm destroying a perfectly good shirt instead of refashioning it. I started with the sleeves. These sleeves are so long, I swear they have their own zip code. But I'm not cutting anything just yet. I want to save as much fabric as possible because this linen is way too beautiful to waste. So next, I removed the collar, took off the front placket, and carefully opened up all the seams. And as the shirt slowly started to lay flat on the table, I began to see it completely differently. Instead of a men's size 4 extra large shirt, I started seeing all these pieces of fabric just waiting to become something new. And that's when my original idea started to change. At first, I was going to make something pretty simple, but then I looked at all the fabric I had left and thought, no, I've already come this far. Might as well go all the way. So I started playing around with the pieces, layering them, turning them different ways, and pinning everything in place. Sometimes it looked pretty good, and sometimes it looked like a craft project from a kid who just finished art class. But eventually, I found a layout I really liked, and this was the moment when that giant shirt started turning into something completely different. I'm not going to give it all away just yet, but let me tell you this. Once you see the finished piece, you're going to have a hard time believing it started as a men's size 4 extra large shirt. So now that I have a pretty good idea of how I want everything to come together, it's time to thread the machine and start sewing. I get everything ready, thread the machine, and give it one last check. And here it is. The top part of the dress is finally starting to take shape. And honestly, I kind of love how it's looking so far. At this point, I can finally start to picture what the finished dress might look like. But this is just the top. There's still a lot more to put together, and I'm really curious to see if the finished dress is actually going to look as good as it does in my head. Alright, let's keep going. Wait, hold on. I just realized, I think I did something very wrong. Actually, I definitely did. I sewed this part completely wrong. Instead of sewing these two pieces together, I have no idea what I was thinking, but somehow I separated the two zipper sides. And then I looked at the dress, and I was like, wait, where exactly are my legs supposed to be hiding? If I leave it like this and actually wear it outside, this isn't a design anymore. This is a dress with way too much ventilation, and I'm definitely not ready for the whole world to know what my legs are up to. So, there's only one thing to do. Take it apart, sew it again, and this time, hopefully I'll remember what I'm actually sewing. Honestly, refashioning isn't always about turning old clothes into something new. Sometimes it's about turning your mistakes into part of the story. But okay, before this dress becomes something I can only wear around the house, I'm going to fix it. Ta-da! It's finally finished! Now that's what I call a dress, right? After all the taking apart, sewing, and wondering, what am I even doing? I can finally breathe. But now comes the most important question. What do you think? Does it look good? Does it suit me? And if I actually wore this dress outside, would people think, wow, she's got some serious style? Or would they be like, yeah, you can definitely tell she's self-taught. But honestly, this dress means a lot to me. This is the very first dress I made when I decided to seriously start my refashion journey, turning old clothes into something completely new. So even though it's not perfect, I really love it, because at the end of the day, it's proof that I finally started. And who knows, maybe this is just the first of many.